Hello there, and welcome to the Cargo Bay Presents Set Guides. I am Brady Z here with co-host as always.
Adam B. We're on to set 4, BC. I should say series 4, but it's also set 4.
It is set 4, series 4. This is the green book. Cards 199 through 264. This set, famous for one big reason.
Yeah, BC, maybe we should give a little content warning here. We got some slightly blue content coming up as part of the nature of the set. This is a very important Star Wars card we're going to talk about, and we're going to be talking about the male anatomy quite a bit for the next few minutes, so you're warned.
You have been warned. Yeah, if you want to hit that next slide, we've got the censored version of the Goldenrod, as it is affectionately known. We'll show you the goods here in just a second, you clamoring freaks. Hold on. We'll get there in just a moment, I promise. But yes, of course, the Green Series is most famous for this C-3PO Anthony Daniels card. So Anthony Daniels' name is right on this card that has the giant Goldenrod on it. This, of course, seemed to have slipped past the watchful eyes of Topps and into the hands of children all across the globe.
VC, this is one of the most famous error cards, not only in Star Wars, but in history. Yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah, this is right up there with the, was it Billy Ripken, Cal Ripken's brother? He's got a bat knob that has the words, this is a language warning now, fuckface, written right on the bat knob that he's holding in the picture, which is a highly collectible card because there's a lot of versions that got out that have that on there. And then the card company was like, oh, we need to do something about that. So there's some where they've like blurted out. There's some where there's just like a block that covers the text on the bat knob. So I mean, C-3PO's penis and fuckface are right at the top of the list for error cards and collectability, I'd say.
And the long history of Topps error cards is rich and varied. But BC, this card was printed. A lot of them were printed.
A lot.
And then they started releasing a fixed version at some point. But this is a card that is valuable in almost any state. It is valuable to have this error card, but it is not rare. This is there are a lot of these. They're just people want them.
It's in terms of what we've discussed in our ongoing series. You've got the Luke #1, and you've got the Goldenrod as the #2. Again, Goldenrod is the penisy version is more plentiful than the corrected version. So the corrected version is actually more scarce. It's harder to get. But the value of this is up there. If you want to hit the next slide, we've got the side by side of the two of them. Content warning, official content warning. There it is in all of its glory. I think we can all see why this is just a hilarious, funny card.
Now the story here is that part of the costume, I'm imagining a piece that would have wrapped around his hip has come dislodged. But by miracle of fate, it really does look like, C-3PO is aroused, and there's something about the composition of the card that just like really lends itself to that. It's upsetting. BC, my beautiful wife was sitting next to me, and I was cruising around eBay, and a PSA 5 of this was on auction, about to end, and she said, "Put a bid on that card." And I said, "We've been outbid," and she said, "Bid it up." So happy to announce that my wife owns this card. I've currently borrowed from her in a PSA 5.
Oh, goodness.
So this, we got a good price on this card, but not cheap to acquire even in a PSA 5. This is a good 5. It's very off-center. That's mostly what it's saying for. It's got a soft corner as well, but the print quality the clarity of the image is
the clarity of what
good.
you're there for.
It's here.
It's really great.
And this cracks us up. It tickles us. I've been, this is a card you learn about probably as a child if you grew up in, the 90s, or I assume the 80s as well. This
is a Star Wars card
nice
that most people who don't collect Star Wars cards would have in their collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's probably the most collected Star Wars cards by non-Star Wars collectors.
Which is where the value comes
penises are funny.
Yeah, and accidental penises.
Yeah.
Usually hilarious. Very funny.
Yeah, sometimes not so much. To your point about the print quality, just in terms of the green, there's a weird thing that happens on these greens where there's a lot of yellow splotches that happen on the print run. So the quality of these is generally pretty poor a lot of times from what I've seen. So again, I've said this every time, the value is in the condition. So the condition of your penis C3PO is going to go up, the better it is. Again, the more rare one is not as valuable. The one that crops out the Goldenrod is not as valuable, funnily enough.
Yeah, I've been impressed to see that even if you have a really trashed version of this card, you might be able to sell it for $40, $50, sometimes more than that. So it is to the point where I was very pleased to have a PSA 5 of this thing, and there are a lot of those. There are a lot of PSA 5s and 4s and 6s and 7s, but
I think after Luke, it's this. I'd have to look at the pop report, but it's been graded a lot. So there's, in terms of scarcity, there's not a lot.
I wish they had.
Want to go get you a penis card of C3PO.
We should start a grading company where we have 5 scores on the slab and the 5th is just a penis rating.
This one just all penises. Really nailed it.
We only grade 3PS.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move off of all of the Goldenrod penis talk and onto some Star Wars content.
Sorry. Yeah. We may have lingered on this for a little while because this is not one of our favorite series.
It's not. But you do have this cool, the Dark Lord of the Sith, which pairs nicely from the Sith Lord from the last set. A cool card. Again, this one is hard to grade because this image is very dark and any surface stuff is just gonna crush it.
Yeah.
Print quality, like I said, not particularly good on this, but a cool just like close-up headshot of the Dark Lord of the Sith. So this is a fairly collectible card in the series, which is a cool card.
I already chewed on over to the next slide, BC.
Yeah, this is a fun one because these two cards are back-to-back in the checklist, and then I've included the Galaxy card that was taken directly from this, which is sort of an iconic Galaxy card.
Yeah.
But you've got challenging the evil empire while also fighting impossible odds as you're just kind of zooming in. So at first, he's just
slightly
challenging the evil empire, and then as you get closer, you're like, oh, he's fighting impossible odds. The 1-2 sort of effect that happens there. I actually really like this card. I think the lighting is cool.
Yeah.
I like that it's used in the Galaxy. It's just really funny to me that the checklist, they're like, just do the same thing, but make it closer, you know?
There's a lot of Han Solo outside of the Falcon shooting at things, Han and Chewie cards, but there's nothing that's quite as direct as this. And this is weird because generally I like a wider shot on my card to be able to see some of the production design, but I do like the close-up here, BC.
I do. I think I would be a fighting impossible odds guy over challenging the evil.
Yeah. Better title, maybe. A little cleaner.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, should I slide on, BC?
Let's do it.
Soldiers of Evil!
We've got Soldiers of Evil! I want to highlight a couple things. One, I think the Soldier of Evil is really cool.
Yeah,
I think it's a great Stormtrooper card. I also like the Stormtrooper Tool of the Empire. Tool of the Empire is a great card, but it also highlights something that's really funny about this set, which is just full body shots of characters on a just monocolor background that look terrible most of the time.
Just over at a Sears photo shoot with a less than professional photographer. This one's also just the exact same image cropped in, I believe, BC. But also a much more drastic crop in than the last two we saw.
And they're like, we'll do blue on the background for. So we'll just change the background color. But I do like these. I think they're fun. But the Soldier of Evil, I think, is probably, apart from the Stormtrooper's attack in the series 1, it's probably my favorite Stormtrooper card.
Yeah,
it's the Soldier of Evil.
It's a good Stormtrooper card, and you can really, it gives you a chance to look at how handmade these costumes are, you know? See the craftsmanship. I've moved on to the Empire Strikes Back, BC. What?
What? Wait, I thought we were talking about Star Wars. It was A New Hope before we even knew there was an Empire Strikes Back coming out.
Pretty impressive.
Great card. One, the title alone is going to give me, major points. But the image of the gun is super sick.
Yeah.
This card is fantastic.
yeah. It's super awesome. We had this Death Star gun in series 1 or 2, maybe 2. Anyway, there's been other images. This one's during a flash, so you can really see it. And yes,
you get the pill design in the background of the actual Death Star stuff.
The little hanger windows. They're not hanger, force field windows. Super cool all around. But really, I gotta find out someday if this was the inspiration for the title for Empire Strikes Back.
George opened a pack of Series 4 and was like, that would be a really good title for the sequel.
I am curious if there's any research been done into who wrote this card title and did they create the title of the next Star Wars. No. Anyway, cool card. Moving on. Here's a picture of Obi-Wan that I put in here just to kind of fill out. this
really
set doesn't
vamp for time,
This set doesn't have all of our favorite images in it, but this is a cool Kenobi card.
It is, and you can actually see some of that yellow splotching I was talking about on this one, which comes through.
Looks like bacteria.
It does, yeah. So I have this card raw. Nice. I have opened one pack of this. This was a Christmas present that my partner got me for Christmas a couple years ago. Was Series 4, and it was super cool. I still have the wrapper. It's
that's awesome.
The only 77 that I've actually opened. And I got this card. The condition on was all fairly rough, but I do have this card, and I, just because of my experience of opening it, there's a genuine affection and attachment for this card. But yeah, it's a good Ben Kenobi Alec Guinness card. I'm glad they don't go below the waist. Who knows what we'll see, But yeah, cool card.
An Oscar Mayer cross promotion. DC, I have been buying one card from each set as we go. So the one I got from this set is a pair of Jawas.
Nice. on that monochrome background.
That's right. You got a Jawa blaster in there.
I love it.
Anyway, moving on. Continuing. By the way, hey, you love images in the series. Let us know which images you'd love. Sorry if we're missing some good ones here.
I'm certain we missed a few. I do want to shout out
ones.
One of the comments, I missed the Stormtroopers attack. I could not come up with the name. Someone gave me the name of that card whenever I was failing miserably in one of our last set guides. They're like, it's Stormtrooper attack.
Yeah, I was disappointed in you that day, BC.
I know. Well, and you sent me a very official complaint letter through the mail, mind you, that
I got stamps.
Basically told me to get it together, and I'm trying my best,
and get a better camera, would you?
Yeah, I need to. Anyway, we're moving on to I thought you might like the Band of Jawas card.
I love this
because you do get the giant sandcrawler set piece in here,
and what a great set! It's an awesome set.
That's the thing that I like about some of the Star Wars stuff from just in these in these card sets is that it highlights the set pieces that whenever they were filming, they're like, we don't know if this is gonna work. They're like, this could be the worst thing that's ever been made, and that are now iconic. So it's like you go back and you gain a new appreciation for the Sandcrawler that whenever they were filming, you probably would have had like a key grip, just like smoking a cigarette and be like, this is so stupid, and it's like now we're like goo goo gaga over like, look at the Sandcrawler, look at the tracks on there, the appreciation you gain over time is, I think, is cool.
Look at the dirt on this Y-Wing. It's another cool card. Shot of Y-Wing. We got some staff hanging out on their little cart thing. And of course, VC, we got a great Baru card here. Beautiful.
The cargo bay will never not appreciate Baru Lars. Let that be said of us. We are Baru Lars appreciators.
Someday we're going to be doing this podcast in that collar, BC. I think you and I should try to
really
replicate
flare
this
it
shirt. Yeah.
Well, it's like you pointed out, we just got to go raid Jay Leno's closet. I think we're most of the way there.
Can we cast Leno as Baru in our play?
In one more season?
Yeah.
We might have to rewrite some of it to reflect, a different kind of timeline or like an alternate universe because he's so old. But yeah.
I mean, it's Star Wars. We can de-age him.
And like horrifically burned now, right?
No, I think he's okay.
Oh, he's
fine.
I
don't know. Yeah. But I mean, best wishes to Jay.
Shout out, Jay. We know you're watching.
Yeah, he's too much like his father.
Anyway,
I mean,
we digress.
Imagine this. Imagine the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yep. Yeah.
But instead of the scene where Owen is talking to Obi-Wan for the first time, it's Baru, played by Jay Leno, and it's oh, what,
he's just too much like his father.
You gonna train him like you trained his father?
Wow. What are we doing?
Like
well, famously, our Jay Leno impressions are Sabatan.
Hey, wait until we hit you with the Seinfeld and the...
Oh boy, y'all aren't ready for our Seinfeld impressions yet.
I really like impressions that aren't good at all. So
that's going to be paywall content at some point. You can't just give that out for free,
No, definitely not.
No, of course not.
Moving on. Here's the puzzle, VC. This is I found this a few weeks ago.
Monster.
Yeah, this is the best picture I could find.
It's gigantic.
It's massive and not the best image, but the size of it makes it really interesting. You can really see the damage on the Falcon, and you can really see how plastic Chewbacca's feet are.
Yeah, some of the Chewbacca stuff photographed super well.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up under long scrutiny. At least the feet don't, and I'm sure some other parts of the suit. But yeah, massive poster. Let us know if you had this on your wall at any point. If you had any of these posters on your wall, I would love to know.
Or if you still have them on your wall.
Yeah, I'd like to see some nicely framed Star Wars card posters if anyone has them out there.
Send that to the cargo bay pod at protonmail.com.
All right, next we got our sticker set, continuing with the film strip border.
It's red this time. It was black last time.
It's mostly these character cards we were talking about on the background.
The one in my pack was the Darth Vader. The unfortunate thing was the bottom corner was just like blowing in the wind, it was just like hanging on by a thread. But it is a cool image. You get that kind of striking, pose, which comes from the set. But this really does highlight that kind of like glamour shot series that they have in this set.
Yeah, there's they did a lot of production stills when they were making Star Wars. You
could tell by Series 4 Tops was kind of like, you guys have anything else you got any other pictures you could away. They're like, we've done you want these Sears photos? And Dutch's like, yes.
We've done 3 series of cards already. Here's the 4th, and then I think I'm excited about the 5th BC and the final, because that's when they zagged in a direction that I think is better than the diminishing returns of movie stills.
The Series 5 zag, which I am looking at, is, if you're a Star Wars nerd, and if you're watching this, you probably are.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna like some of the Series 5 stuff, because the zag in there is worth it.
Yeah, so stay tuned to the Cargo Bay. Next week we'll be back with Series 5. And then after that, I guess we're on to Empire.
Empire Strikes Back, the next in the series of Topps releases.
Someone just shouted, "Shut the up!" Super loud. I don't think they're talking to me, but it's possible they are. My neighbors.
Enough with the Star Wars cards!
Every week. Talking about droid penises.
We've had enough droid penises for one day.
Well, if you haven't had enough droid penis, give a like and subscribe. We usually don't go this blue on the Cargo Bay, but this is a special episode.
That's right. This is Series 4 After Dark.
And yeah, we'll be back next week here in the Cargo Bay. Until then, I guess it's time for a schwoop.
Shoom.
I'm a little slow on that button, BC. I'm gonna be better by next week. Maybe we'll do some practice reps.
Yeah, we can get our reps in.